People keep chasing after purpose, but what is purpose? Every fiber in us knows that we're here for a reason, but what is that reason? You may feel confused, but God isn't. Deep down, that's what all of us desire, to find our place on earth as women. Hi beautiful ladies, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Vivian, and on this space I love to encourage women and empower them to become who God has made them to be. So if you're interested in content like that, make sure to subscribe and join the family. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for joining me today. So as you can see from the title of the video, I'm going to be talking about your purpose as a woman. Purpose is something that everyone talks about and everyone throws that word around, but what actually is purpose? The big question that a lot of girls have is, why am I actually here? Like, what am I actually created to do? And I struggled with this question for so many years. Probably heard the phrase, you're made on purpose, for a purpose. And if you haven't, I'm telling you now, you are. Purpose is defined as the reason for which something is done, the reason for which something was created, and it's the reason why something exists. People ask, why am I here? What is my reason for being here? A lot of times they seek those answers in the wrong places, or they come to the wrong conclusion that they have no purpose just based on how they feel or based on where they are currently in life. A lot of us look down on ourselves because we feel like, what can we bring to the table? A lot of people are living purposeless lives. They're not living according to why God made them. You know, God has made you with uniqueness. God has made you with great intentions and great plans for you. Before you were born, He knew you. Before you were formed in your mother's womb, He had already predestined what you were going to become. You have a purpose, and you don't have to keep waking up feeling unfulfilled, feeling stuck, feeling confused about life. And let's stop focusing so much about chasing purpose and chasing this reason why we are here. Focus on pursuing God. When you pursue God, you will discover purpose. Other people are tied to the realization of your purpose in life. Your purpose in life isn't just about you. Your purpose in life isn't just about your happiness. Think about this. The people that have impacted you, the sermons, the podcasts, the YouTube channels, the physical pastors, those people that have massively impacted your life, if they had decided to not discover their purpose, if they had decided to just look down upon themselves and stay in a place of pity, if they had not decided to say yes to the calling of God upon their lives, how would they have impacted you? How would they have helped you with those things that you have struggled with? Your purpose, the thing that you are made for, is going to help other people. And it's time for God's daughters to realize that they were made for more. You're made for greater things. You're here on this earth for a reason, and God wants to use you. As you walk with God, as you allow Him to transform you, as you mature, as you continue to seek Him, as you allow Him to equip you, you will become the woman that He has made you to be, and that woman walks with purpose. Let me tell you something. Purpose is predetermined. It's not just random. It's not just like something that just is carelessly, assumed. Okay, I think this is my purpose, so I'm just going to do that. No. Purpose is something that God has really thought out. He has made you with a unique set of qualities, and He put you on earth at this time for a reason, at this specific appointed time for a reason. You are worth more. You're made for greater things. Me, 3 years ago, the version of me that I was 3 years ago, I was lost. I was confused. So I understand what it feels like, and I understand what it feels like when people tell you like you were made for greater things, and you're looking at yourself like me right now. But trust me, stop looking at this version of you right now. When God looks at you, He sees what He has made you to be. And a lot of times we're so focused on who we currently are, but we are forgetting that when we go through a process with God, when we go through transformation with God, when we grow, that's when we can then impact other people's lives. When you allow God to really bring out that thing that He placed inside of you. It may not look like it right now. Okay, let me use this example. Imagine that you're an artist's brush, like a paintbrush, and it's already been created. Its purpose is to be used, to make beautiful paintings, right? But it remains on the shelf and no one buys it. Does that brush still have a purpose or not, even though it's not being used currently, even though nobody has seen its worth to buy it, or even though no one thinks it's good enough to buy it? So when the artist brush finally gets bought by somebody, taken to a studio, and is then being used to start creating beautiful paintings, now it's walking in its purpose. But before it was bought, it still had purpose. It still was made for a reason. There was still intent when it was formed, when it was molded, when it was crafted. So just because you're not being used right now, or just because you don't know why you're here right now, doesn't take away the truth that you are here for a reason, and you do have a purpose as a woman. Nothing is wasted with God. Our God is a God of great intention. He does everything with purpose. And even when the enemy, tries to do things in your life, God can still turn it around for good. Everything that you've been through, your unique story, the challenges that you've been through, the highs and the lows of your lives, that is what God will use to touch the lives of others. Now, purpose is meant to serve the needs of others, and I talk about in a separate video about dealing with your past. That thing that you have been through, testimony, God is also going to use it one day to set other people free. So don't be ashamed of your past. God made you as a woman to make a difference in his kingdom. Our purpose is to make a difference in this world. As a woman, know these two things: you have been made to glorify God, and you're made for God's purpose. When I say we're here to glorify God, that is the short answer to what is my purpose in life. You're here to glorify God. You're here to reveal him to the world. Okay, look, God has saved us for himself, and when he has given us life, we were dead outside of him, and when he has given us life, what we can now do as his daughters is to give this life back to him for his glory. The spreading of the gospel, that is why we are his disciples, to spread the gospel. He says in Exodus 9:16, "But for this purpose I have raised you up, to show you my power, so that my name may be proclaimed in all the earth." God has saved you for a purpose. God has saved you for a reason. God has saved you because there's something that he also wants you to do. A powerful key to discovering purpose is to first of all discover God. You can't glorify God if you don't know him. As you see God, as you pursue him, as you discover him, you also realize the specific way that you're meant to reveal him to the world. And we see this in the life of Paul in Acts 26:16. Jesus said to him, "For I have appeared to you for this purpose, to appoint you as a servant and a witness of what you have seen and of what I will reveal to you." Paul was saved in order to be a witness of Jesus Christ, in order to be a witness of the things that God was still continually going to reveal to him. It was clear to Paul from the beginning why he was here. And I say that to also say that there are things that God is specifically going to reveal to you that you are also going to be a witness of. You can only show others what God has revealed to you. You can't share with others from an empty place. You can't give from an empty cup. You can't walk in purpose if you haven't been filled by God yourself. Danger in not doing that is that anything can look like purpose when it's not rooted in God's will and heart for you. So truth number 2, you've been made for God's purpose. And I specifically say God's purpose because a lot of times people think that purpose is just based on what we think is best. So purpose is not selfish, unique and special in you to benefit other people. And why is it to benefit other people? Because God cares about people. God cares about his creation. He cares about people being saved. So that should also be your heart's desire as a woman, as a daughter of God as well. Ephesians 2:10 tells us that we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God has prepared beforehand that we should walk in. It shows us that our purpose on earth, our purpose for being here, is to do what God has already prepared for us to walk in. It's only the one who made you that can reveal your purpose to you. Paul knew that God's purpose was for him to preach the gospel, and he knew whom he was sent to, and he knew how specifically that he was meant to share the gospel. Paul said, "Woe to me if I don't preach the gospel." He knew how important it was for him to walk in God's purpose. Your purpose is going to benefit God's kingdom. Your purpose is going to reveal God's heart to other people as well. So I hope that it's encouraging somebody out there. You have a purpose, and I'm so excited for you to discover what that purpose is. I'm so excited for you to grow into the woman that God has made you to be. I want you to begin to see yourself as a woman who has worth and value and a reason reason. So you're so important to God. You're so important on this earth. You've been put here for a reason. And like I said, when you pursue God, you will discover his purpose for your life. So stay tuned for part 2 of this video, where I talk about how to discover your purpose. As usual, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you've gotten this far, I'm so excited, and I would love to hear down in the comment section your thoughts. If you're struggling with discovering your purpose, or if you know what your purpose is, or if you want to know more, any questions that you have, absolutely please share down in the comments, and I would love to talk to you guys. As always, stay blessed. I love you guys so much. Bye guys.